Hi, my name's Anna. I'm still working, I'm still dreaming. Welcome to my channel, My Retirement. As the title suggests, this is my 7-month review since I've been on YouTube, and I just thought I would share with you some of the big lessons that I've learned. The biggest and the first lesson that I learned was watching myself and hearing myself with this Manchester accent and not being happy with certain angles, or a double chin in a shot, or a belly in a shot, and really trying to get over myself, of trying to look perfect, and learning to accept that this is what I look like this is what I sound like, and just moving on with that. The second biggest lesson that I learned was trying to build up confidence when filming in public. And as much as I try not to get people in my shots, I try and find a good location, either with a good backdrop, but where possible, I try and make sure that I'm not going to have people walking behind me or feeling vulnerable that they're being filmed without their consent. So when I first started, I would set up and then could hear voices approaching in the background, and then I would lose my confidence, stop filming, and then try and set it all up again. Whereas now, what I do is just keep the camera rolling. If I make a mistake, I can always edit that out or just start again instead of stopping the camera and starting again. So that leads me nicely onto editing skills, because in order to be able to do that, I need editing skills. And for that, I do use a program called CapCut Pro. And I just find the interface is easier for me to understand. I did have another software that came with one of my cameras, but it needed Adobe with it, and I hate Adobe because I don't understand it. So this is great. I'm able to now film the videos in sections and then try and knit them together. If you have a look at any of my other videos, you'll see where I've chopped myself off talking because I thought the rest of the footage was good. And I didn't want to get rid of it or redo it. So, because if not, I would just spend time redoing videos all the time. So having the video editing skills has really helped. I've learned how to add subtitles. I've learned the importance of search engine words, taglines. I've learned how to allow enough time so that when I upload my video, I don't have to publish it right away. I can schedule it for 2 or 3 days, and this gives YouTube algorithm to find the right people to put the video in front of, and to try and stay within the same theme. It's very easy for me to go off on a tangent, and then YouTube is showing my videos to solo female travelers and stuff. So that has been major learning, and learning to add subtitles so that it's inclusive. And also, if you're at work and you wanted to watch the video, you could actually see what I'm saying by having the volume down. So yeah, that was really cool. I think the fourth thing that I learned is that I really like it. And if you've watched previous videos, then you'll know that I lost my mum recently, the end of April of this year. And it helps me to stay out of a dark place. And it keeps my mind coming up with different creative ways to film different topics. So it's very motivating. And I think above even that is the fact that it's so free. And at the age of 62, I've got to a place where I don't care about judgment. I'm just going to put myself out there and just see what happens. And because it gives me joy, it keeps motivating me to do it. And because I keep learning skills, then, it's just all part of the journey. And I think as you get older, it's really, really important that you do things that you enjoy, and which was the main base of the channel, which was I should be retired. I'm not retired. So what positive things can I do to keep my mind happy and in a positive place? So that, in a nutshell, is what I've learned so far. However, I would like to make you think about what is it that you want to do. But you're fearful of doing it, and really just to say, if you're my age, just feel the fear and do it anyway, because you haven't got anything to lose. And, you know, don't be worried about people scoffing at your ideas. In fact, don't even tell them. Just crack on with it and just do it, and just see where it takes you. Because even if you don't reach your end destination that you intended, there's going to be learning along the way. There's going to be satisfaction along the way and a sense of accomplishment, which I think is very, very satisfying. So on that note, I would like to thank my 12 subscribers, because 7 months ago I didn't have 12 subscribers. I didn't have nearly 50 hours watch time. And although I don't focus on those things anymore, my focus is on trying to use all this learning to make better videos and videos that people can relate to. But my 12 subscribers, I really, really appreciate you taking the time out of your valuable day, evening, to watch the videos. However, I'm going to be cheeky and just ask for a little bit more, because the machine that is YouTube really appreciates a thumbs up, even a thumbs down. There's actually a thumbs down button. Don't be afraid to use it and give me some feedback how I can make improvements, and I would really appreciate that. If you're bold enough, if you want to feel that fear and do it anyway, you can leave a comment and maybe let's start a conversation about some of the topics that I cover, if you feel that they are a way that you could be thinking also. So on that note, my 12 subscribers, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.